Hey guys, I'm making this video just for a bunch of people on various car groups that I'm in who are wondering what the heck is that little gauge thing that sits on my dash on all my cars that displays things like average fuel economy and can read and clear trouble codes. And it is this little thing. It is the Autool X60 car OBD smart digital meter and alarm clock, whatever that means, even though it doesn't seem to function as one. And yeah, it's just a little 2-inch gauge that sits on your dash and it plugs into the OBD port, so it's a super simple install. And it reads pretty much all the parameters that your ECU can, so it gives you real-time data, displays it up on the gauge there, and because it's plugged into the OBD, it can read trouble codes from your ECU and clear them as well. So yeah, let's take a look at this thing and see how it works. So here's my carrot slash highlighter slash VLC media player, whatever the hell it is that people like to call it. And we get the side. And there's the little gauge. It's just about a 2 1/16" gauge. Pretty much the same as the ones I have on the pillar mount here. It's not too big. It comes fixed to the stand and just sticky tapes to the dash. It comes with pretty good double-sided mounting tape. And it's just a single wire connection. Very simple. You just run it down the dash over to your OBD port and it plugs in with a nice neat right angle connector. And once you have it plugged in, you are set to go. So let's start it up. Takes a few seconds to load. There we go. So we have the main screen here, which is just a view of various real-time data. We have a left and right selector as well as a push-down button on the top. So on the main screen, we push, let's close the door here for a bunch of noise. If we push left and right, then you get various real-time information, fuel consumption, RPM, speed, average speed, water temperature, IAT, outside temp, voltage, fuel pressure, and a bunch of other good stuff that the ECU reads and can relay back to you on this gauge. I leave it on average fuel consumption, and it's in liters per 100 kilometer because I'm Canadian, and I got IAT in the corner over here and coolant temperature in the other corner over there. On the bottom, you have instantaneous fuel economy, and at the top is a sort of RPM shift light gauge that the F1 drivers like to use, that type of fancy thing. These 4 parameters, the real time and the 3 on the bottom, can be changed, but the shift light can't. But yeah, you can set either one of these things to pretty much anything you want through the menu here. So you just press it down to access the menu. You get quite a few options in here for a little gauge. You got a driving test, which is basically you can try to achieve a top speed 0 to 60 times, stuff like that. You can go into settings and adjust a bunch of things like engine size, fuel type, gas or diesel, overspeed set, speed warning alarm, coolant temperature alarm if it exceeds a certain temperature, what RPM you want the shift lights to come on at, all that good stuff. Meter configuration is the info that's displayed on the main screen. Product information, which just gives you the model and serial number. And probably the most interesting of all to a lot of people on the nets is the OBD diagnose function. So yeah, because it's connected to your OBD port, it can read and erase diagnostic trouble codes that are on here. So if you scan it in here, we have my broken fuel pressure regulator and my cooling fan, which is not broken, it's just an aftermarket one. And yeah, you can scan and erase DTCs right off of this gauge. Clear your check engine light, do whatever it is you need to do. And once you're done with that, you go back to it, and once you're driving, it displays pretty much anything you need it to. It's really handy if you don't want to have a complicated gauge in here and you just want to read it off the ECU instead of running a separate wire to a sensor somewhere. And yeah, it was 50 bucks on Canadian Amazon, and retails for about 35 on US Amazon, so it was probably one of the best $50 wastes that I've made in a while. It's a pretty neat toy. And I will leave links to it down in the description below for both Amazons. So if you guys want to pick up one for yourselves and try it out, feel free. And yeah, hope that clears up what the heck it is that's on my dash. That seems really interesting to everybody. And thank you for watching. Take care.